Good morning all. It's Wednesday morning. I was in a little bit later today. Brought Ronnie with me, so got those standard baby delays. He didn't fancy waking up when I normally do. The rest of them are all out the yard. Will is already drying grain. Very nearly be emptying the first load that he's dry today. So there'll be another one or two there ready to go for him today. Dad has left the yard in the pickup, and he's headed off to the combine to crack on with the wheat harvest in that block. We had a dry day or dry afternoon yesterday. The sun was out, and the sun's already out this morning. So hopefully that crop will be where it needs to be. We can get it back to the grain store, and we potentially won't have to dry it. Hopefully. Then we've got the rest of them on their way down in trailers. Flyn's currently with Will at the grain store, just doing some tidying up. Ant is out tanking. And I believe Andrew's potentially carried on with some cultivating this morning. But we'll catch up with everyone later on. I've got a meeting with Fergus Hawkins, our agronomist, or one of our agronomists, now for a couple of hours. But after that, we'll see what everyone's up to. Try and bring you an interesting video. But like I say, hopefully it's probably going to be a bit of cultivation, a bit of drying, a bit of tanking, and a bit of combine harvesting. So a little bit of everything. So it's about 3 in the afternoon now. I'm a little bit late getting out and trying to get around to everyone today. I've popped down to the grain store. Just dropped my pen. I've popped down to the grain store. I needed to bring Will an airline gun and the cheater to blow up a tire on one of our machines that's down here that needs to be moved. The tire's just gone flat and come off the rim a little bit, so we'll get that one back on the rim and move that. Just a little update on the grain situation. You can see in the back corner we've already got some tipped away. This is the pile that obviously was there, which is pretty much all gone. This is dry out of the dryer, and then there's another load in the dryer now. So we are getting through it, getting it all dried, and to a point where we're not kind of having to double handle it again, and it's all able to be tipped in the shed in a sensible place, and we can hopefully harvest some dry now and just add it to the pile in that back left corner. Just got the leaf blower out and just blown some grain back out the way, just to avoid us driving over any with the tractors and trailers, because a wise man whose name is attached to this channel once told me that we are in the wheat selling business, not the flour making business. So to make sure that the grain store's clean on the floor so that we don't drive over it and grind it up. And that was one of his favourite sayings while there's grain being dried. So we've got Harry back now. The benefit of the grain store being pretty empty is that we can drive right in. And obviously regular viewers would have seen the Joskin work before and obviously know that it doesn't tip. It unloads by pulling that front tailgate. So Harry is the second load of wheat back today. It didn't start first thing this morning, just waiting for that crop to dry. So that block they were combining of Beowulf winter wheat is now all knocked off and either in the grain store or on its way back. We are now into the next block, and this 50 to 55 acres in this block is Extase, which was planted after potatoes last autumn. Some of our later planted wheat, this was. Extase being an early variety means it's fit to harvest. It's caught up with the Beowulf that we had in the area. See there, we've got Dad coming back down the hill on this headland. Harry in behind him, waiting to take a tip. This field we're in is about 22 acres, something like that, off the top of my head. It's yeah, a very big field. You see here it wraps around this hedge and it goes down the other side of that field. So far it looks to be going quite well. I will get the drone up shortly and give you a better view of the kind of the block we're in and how the combine's running. As I said earlier, I left it a bit late today to get out and record a lot because I've been busy in meetings and doing other stuff until late this afternoon. So we'll get a few videos of the combine, check everything's going okay, and that'll be all we see today, because I haven't been able to get out to Ant and I haven't been able to get out to Andrew, who's cultivating. But we'll give you some good updates of what the combine's doing now. Hopefully you stick around for that. See Dad's spun the combine round, he's heading back up this headland. Gonna do a tip into Harry now. I'll have a check with Dad shortly, just see how this is turning out. I know that he looked at it over the weekend and he thought it looked like it will be a decent crop of wheat. This wheat in particular, back in this block in December, late December, was looking quite sorry for itself, but by the end of January, middle of February, it turned itself around quite nicely. I know that it was causing our agronomist a couple headaches. He was a little bit concerned, but actually after a slow start it picked up really well. So as promised, I got the drone up. Gives you a little view of the area that we're in, and it is, yeah, it's a very nice area to be working in today. I'll just do a little talk over this first video, purely because there's a pretty good near miss from me in here, which could have been, well, it could have ended disastrously, and it would have been another drone wiped out and probably buried under quite a lot of grain. So yeah, Dad's working along that second run around the top headland of the field at the moment. If I pan around now, you'll see a nice view of the Seaside. So it's not a bad view to be looking out at when working in the opposite direction. So I was just trying to get as nice a view as possible, and then obviously come round to the top side of the machine for you all so you could see what was going on. And although I had direct line of sight at this point, I was looking down at the screen and ended up in Harry's trailer. Thankfully I was high enough to avoid just crashing straight into the side of it, or clipping the top and the drone ending up in the grain about to be buried. I don't even know if Harry realised I'd done it. But yeah, that could have been another one on the list for the 4th or 5th drone crash of the year. But I think I managed to style it out and move on from that. I only had one drone battery with me, so essentially just tried to get some decent shots of Dad on this second headland run. I sped a few up for you, but I'll stick some music over it, and we'll just watch him work his way back. And here we've got Harry after taking that tip. He's worked his way back around the top of the field, heading back to the bottom of the field to the gateway. We just follow him around that field boundary. See Braunton in the background. It's nice to have combining weather here. And for those of you not aware, that'll be Saunton Sands behind him. So right now you can see Dad is at the far side of the field. I'm going to leave him here for the time being. I'm going to head out again later on and see how he's getting on, but that will be most likely after the video is actually uploaded for today. So this will be the last little bit of combining shown today. You can see Tony is in the 250 behind Dad, waiting for a tip, and I'm just going to shoot across the road and see how one of our blocks of maize is getting on before we call it a day. So we'll end today's video in the jungle. Yeah, I thought I'd pop in and have a look at this crop. It doesn't seem like that long ago, to be fair. I came in here and I was slightly concerned because it wasn't the showiest of crops early, but it's looking pretty good now, which is definitely a positive. Yeah, it looks very promising here. I know I'm not the not that blessed with height, but yeah, it's high crop, still a very good color as well. So yeah, all in all, quite happy with this little block. It's about 35 acres or so, but as it was right next door to the combine, I thought I'd pop in and just check on it, give you an update. So yeah, we'll call it a day there for today's video. I know it was a little bit rushed there at the end, trying to get you something, but hopefully gave you a good insight of what is going on today. At the moment, when the weather's playing ball, it will be a lot of combine, grain drying, sorry, and other things to that nature, really. But there will be times where obviously other stuff's going on, and when the combining is a lot closer to the grain store, less guys needed on trailers, so more other things going on. So I'll keep trying to bring you as much as possible. And for now, thank you for all the support. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you've got any questions. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.